You've probably seen so many people, whether that is on YouTube, Instagram, Discord, or Twitter, share their predictions on who they think will make it to the final. I like to be part of the conversation, so today I'll be sharing my semi-final predictions. Before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. I post a new video every Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. Make sure to also follow me on my socials, they're linked in the description down below. And join the Discord. You can also financially support me on Ko-fi if you want, and that's also linked in the description down below. Let's start with semi-final 1, which is generally considered the weaker semi as opposed to the bloodbath of semi 2. I've set up 4 categories. The safe qualifiers, where I'm 100% sure they're comfortably qualifying. Likely qualifiers, countries I think will probably qualify but might face some obstacles or I'm just unsure about them. Borderline qualifiers / non-qualifiers, these are countries that I think could fill the last 2 qualification spots or get 11th place in the semi. And lastly, the non-qualifiers, songs that I'd consider dead on arrival and just don't see qualifying in any scenario. Starting with semi-final 1, this is where I'd group each country in. I consider Sweden and Ukraine the 2 safest qualifiers. Sweden is Sweden, and this year they're bringing a fun televote magnet in Swedish. This is also one of the favorites to win, and it is no question an absolutely safe qualifier. Same with Ukraine. The Ukrainian diaspora is huge. It's arguably the biggest in the contest. So far, they have qualified every single time they have participated, and no doubt I think they will also qualify again. Doesn't matter what the Euro fandom thinks. I personally think it'll really appeal to casual viewers when they hear it for the first time. Next in the safe qualifiers category is Estonia. I know a lot of you don't like Tommy Cash. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't really like him either, but this is objectively a safe qualifier. It's a huge televote magnet, even despite the lack of good vocals or a proper staging, and it'll definitely take one of the top 5 spots in the semi. Next, we've got Albania, the overwhelming fan favorite since December. Without a doubt, they'll receive 12 points from Switzerland. The diaspora here is huge. Every second person I meet is Albanian, as well as a good amount of points from Italy and Germany. Last safe qualifier on my list is Norway. Kyle is an amazing performer. He has charisma, his vocals are good, the staging is amazing, and I'm sure they won't screw it up in May. Rider is a very inoffensive pop song that's easy to swallow and really streamable. Moving on to the likely qualifiers now. First, we have the Netherlands. I think the song is very radio-friendly and Claude is a great performer. Because this was an internal selection, I have no idea what the staging would look like or what they're planning to do with the staging, so I'll just keep it in this category for now instead of putting it as a safe qualifier, because I don't know how they will translate the music video visuals on stage. If they manage to do that, I think they could definitely move into the safe qualifiers category. Second and last in this category is Poland. Poland is known to have a lot of diaspora, and Justina is an amazing performer. My only worry is that they'll fuck up the staging, because I don't think the staging in the national final was necessarily the best choice. I still think she'll qualify, but she might face some bumps on the way. Next up are the borderline qualifiers / non-qualifiers. First on this list is Belgium. I might get a couple of weird looks for this one, but I don't think this is a safe qualifier. I think it'll be one of the last qualifiers if it actually does make it. Brett Sebastian's vocals are really good, but I think the staging could use a little more work, and I also really hope they do well with the camera work. Next, we have Portugal, which is, in my opinion, super underrated. I think this can easily sneak in the 10th spot of the final. Portugal tends to always do well, and they also have Switzerland in the semi. I've noticed that all of you guys often underestimate ballads or just slower songs in general, even though I think that the general public actually really loves them, and it's been proven from time to time again with songs like Hollow from last year qualifying. If the commentators also care to explain the meaning behind Portugal's song, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it, me included, and might just pick up the phone for it. Next up is San Marino. So in case you didn't know, San Marino is sending Tutta l'Italia, which is actually Sanremo's theme song, the official theme song that they played every night before the show. Because of that, I'm really confident that Italy's 12 points will go to San Marino in the semi. But I did put this in the category because despite those guaranteed 12 points, I'm still unsure if it can make it. It's a very upbeat, hyper song that will get the crowd going and will also probably close the semi. But currently, the focus is set on Gabri Ponte instead of the vocalists, and Gabri is pretty much only doing the DJing, or at least pretending to do the DJing, since you can't do it on the Eurovision stage. I think they should definitely change that for the staging in May. I do really hope the song makes it because it's just funny. It will be for the meme, and it's also a really upbeat song, and I really just want to jump to it in the final if I do manage to get tickets. Please manifest. The second to last country in this category is Cyprus. They kept us waiting since September. For this, Theo performed a snippet of his song a cappella like literally a few days ago, and he was struggling to get out a single note while standing still. So vocals are probably my biggest worry for the song. I also don't know who the target audience for this is, because it's surely not the girl bop stans. And if you want a darkish techno-like song, you already have strobe lights. So this is either gonna sneak in the 10th spot or just not make it to the final at all and like get 11th or like even worse. I don't know. Last, we have Iceland. I think Iceland might actually come in clutch and sneak into the qualifiers. It's fun, it's Icelandic, vibe are so charismatic, and the staging was done really well. The biggest competition in the semi is San Marino, so that also leaves me quite worried for their chances, but they could, like I said, come in clutch and somehow still make it. In our sure non-qualifiers category, we have first Slovenia. This has always been dead on arrival for me, even like since the second it was selected and we only had 5 songs. I knew that this isn't gonna qualify, no matter what. It's a very heartfelt song, very emotional ballad about a really personal topic. But in my opinion, there isn't a good or powerful part in it that gets me hooked and really has me going like, oh yeah, I like this one. And I think Portugal is way more likely to qualify over Slovenia. Next is Croatia, and if they don't fix those screams during the bridge, this isn't even getting close to qualifying. Okay, I am terrified of those vocals. I also once again do not understand the target audience here. This song gives me 2020 TikTok vampire boyfriend POV vibes. You know, those like cringe acting POVs everyone was doing? And last but not least, Azerbaijan. If you are a frequent watcher of my channel, you know my stance and you know my choice not to cover this country. If you want to know more on why, then I suggest you go watch ESC Gabe's video on it. He made a really great video. All I'm gonna say is that it's a pretty mid-radio pop song. It might garner some votes, but I don't see it getting near qualification at all. It's just way too weak compared to all the other entries. My final verdict is that these countries are qualifying and the others are unfortunately out. Next up is semi-final 2, the absolute bloodbath this year. First in the safe qualifiers category is Israel. My stance and the choice to not cover this country is the same as with Azerbaijan. If you want to know more, I'll once again redirect you to Gabe's video. He explained it really well. This is in the safe qualifiers category, however, because like last year, I'm sure it'll get a lot of votes thanks to campaigns and also other political factors. Next is Finland. I would actually bet on this to qualify if I could, because there's just no way it isn't. Like, Erika is an insane performer, and this song has every single quality that a winning song needs. This will 100% come either second or first in the semi. Another overwhelming fan favorite is Austria. I think this one's also safe. It's very experimental, has impressive vocals, and even if the staging is kind of screwed up, which Austria is known well for, I'm positive it'll still qualify and even have a chance to win the entire contest. This next one might be a little controversial, okay? But I think Lithuania is fourth in the safe qualifiers category. It's already getting so much love from Eurofans all around the world. And while people are scared it could get a Latvia 2023 result, do keep forgetting that Lithuania has also an insane amount of diaspora. I almost knocked over my mic out of my hand. The performance is captivating and it immediately catches your attention and kind of has you in this trance. So I think Lithuania is very safe and potentially a dark horse even. Moving on to the likely qualifiers, we have Czechia. I don't have a lot to say about this song, except that I really like it and it's good. The dance break could irritate some people because it kind of comes out of nowhere, but it's still gonna qualify because it does stand out. Next is Greece. People have their doubts, but I'm not people. In fact, I am very, very confident that this is gonna qualify if they make the staging less static and fix some other tiny little issues. Greece also has Germany, the UK, Australia, and Armenia voting in their semi. So the only thing that can truly stop them from qualifying is either a bad running order or a static staging. Controversial take number 2. I have a lot of controversial takes. This isn't going to be the last one. I consider Luxembourg to be in the likely qualifiers category. This song doesn't sound like any other song in its semi, it's unique, and it's Luxembourg. I don't understand why all of you guys hate it. If someone could explain, please, I'd appreciate that. I think this will qualify not as safely as some other songs, but it will be in the final. Last in the category is Australia. They have a fun song. We know Australia never fucks up their staging. Mojo is insanely charismatic. Greece and the UK are in the same semi, and that's all it truly needs to qualify. There's nothing more to say about this song. Let's get through the very, very controversial borderline qualifier / non-qualifier category. First off is, of course, controversial take number 3, Armenia. If any of you guys who follow me on Twitter or know me from Discord comment anything about a violin or a lookalike contest, I will actually start to scream. Armenia is either gonna get that 10th spot or miss out on the final by a few points. And I'm not just saying this because Park is a good-looking guy, okay? I like the song, and once the revamp is released, I'm sure it'll be even better and will sound a lot more Armenian and less like just another Melfest reject. I think a lot of people will like the kind of power anthem vibe it has and will pick up their phone for it. And you guys forget that Greece, France, and Georgia are all voting in the semi, and these are some of Armenia's biggest voting allies. But for this one, I was very unsure where to put it, and it's Malta. Malta, unfortunately, struggles a lot with the televote, and we've seen it every year now. Now that the EBU has censored the use of the word cunt, the joke in the song might get a little lost for a lot of casual viewers who see it for the first time. However, the campy performance and Mariana's charisma might just get this in the final. I really hope it does, because I do not want to leave the song in the final. It's literally the one song I can make a name pun with. Get it? Cat, cunt, just add the N in between, and you got... Yeah, anyways, next is Montenegro, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one since it's also on the thumbnail. Don't want to clickbait you guys. Get it? Because clickbait. The lack of ballads in this entire edition is kind of concerning, but at least we have Nina delivering an absolute powerful, banger, heartfelt ballad, and I could write an entire essay about how much I love this song. I'm like 99% sure that Montenegro and Serbia will give each other 12 points, so we have those guaranteed. Another thing I'm hoping for is that Montenegro will be kind of a standout in between all of these upbeat televotish songs, and that people will find Nina's performance captivating enough to vote for her. So I think this could actually sneak into that 10th place or miss out on the final. If it does, I will cry. Next up is Denmark. This song is extremely fun and just makes you want to get up, dance, and scream your heart out. But I'm really not sure if it'll stand a chance against the entire lineup. But I think it's closer to being an 11th or a 12th placer. Last in the category is Latvia. It is such an enchanting and magical song, but unfortunately Latvia also struggles a lot with the televote. I can totally see this ending up like 2023 again and landing on 11th place again and just missing out on the final by really a few points. Lastly, we once again have the non-qualifiers. First in this list is Georgia, which I'm also not choosing to cover this year. The singer has really close ties to the Georgian government and supports what is so-called the Georgian Dream. Basically, she supports Russia. This is also reflected in the song itself, so it is propaganda. It's mid at best, and it will not qualify anyways. Next, we have Ireland, and I absolutely hate this song. Oh my god. I don't think it's making it. It's too silly. It's too unserious. Sometimes silly works, and sometimes silly doesn't work. No hate to Emmy though, she seems super sweet and I really want to meet her, but unfortunately I do not like her song. And finally, we have Serbia. I am utterly disappointed in my country, because if you didn't know, Serbia is one of my countries. Pretty much majority of my family are Serbian. I was born in Austria. I now reside in Switzerland. It's complicated, but I'm a part of 3 countries. So if you see me calling any of these 3 my country, it's because of that. The song is one of the worst ballads of the entire lineup, especially in the semifinal. Nothing special, even after the revamp, and I showed this to my parents. My dad, Serbian, immediately cringed at the staging. Immediately. Prince being accused of pedophilia also doesn't help his case. So I think this might just end up last in the semi if Georgia doesn't take that place. This is my final verdict on semifinal 2. A lot of controversial opinions, but let's see what comes true. Let me know what you think about these predictions in the comments down below. I'll be seeing you next week for a new video, so make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. Really important. Bye!